Philanthropic support through scholarships for our students at its most basic level helps students achieve their degree. Our goal is to prepare students for a life of meaning and purpose and set them on their path. And particularly for students who have need, philanthropic support is immeasurable in helping them to go ahead and get that degree. About 25% of our students at the University of Kentucky are first generation. That means neither parent has obtained a post-secondary degree or credential. We know that first-generation students, once they cross that stage, once they earn that degree, it can change not only their own life, but their downline and also the community and family from which they come.
I am from Eastern Kentucky, more specifically Johnson County. I grew up in a pretty rural and I would say impoverished area. I grew up in a holler, some might call it. I never wanted to put the burden of paying for college on my parents. That's just something I didn't want to do. So I always had to push myself. I just knew that I wanted to go to college, but as a first generation, I never thought I would get to come to college and pursue that dream here if it wasn't for people who invested in me and allowed me to come here on a scholarship. The scholarship I received to me means hope. It means hope for a better future, hope that one day I can help people, help future generations become themselves, hope the world become just a better place. Without that scholarship, I would never been able to pursue my passion, pursue my dreams, and truthfully, without that investment, I don't know where I'd be at in the world. As the first person to go to college in my family, it means so much to me. It means I'm pursuing a passion of mine to one day hopefully help support my family. They've done so much for me to get here. In computer science, I really study more of the software aspect of computers, what mainly goes into how they operate and running programs to help people from their day-to-day lives. Me personally, I'd like to go into either digitally mapping coal mines or mines in general, or just the CS aspect of mine engineering, or I'd like to go into the cybersecurity field. Coal mining was always an industry that people around me were in. I know a lot of my neighbors were coal miners. It's something I feel like a lot of people glance over, but in reality, it's insanely important. The opportunity I've been given has most definitely sparked an interest in giving back to people in every way possible. I'd love to get involved in helping programming organizations flourish in Eastern Kentucky. I'd love to help kids learn to program. STEM is such an important thing. It's sometimes something that can be glanced over at young ages. So I just want to try to help as much as I can bring that back and allow people from Eastern Kentucky to have the most opportunities they can.
One of the things we've done at the University of Kentucky is really use our data to inform our decisions. And through that process, we have learned that if a student has $5,000 or more of unmet need, so if you think about their total cost of attendance and all the different scholarships and aid that they've received, that gap remains with $5,000 or more, their likelihood to persist and graduate is significantly impacted regardless of their academic preparation or their academic performance. So we've really tried to scholarship students below that threshold, and in doing so, we've been able to see great gains in retention and graduation.
I really chose vocal performance because I love music. I've always loved performing. I found out really early I like the stage, I like the lights. My mom, she actually started college, but then she never finished because she had me and my siblings. And I can't thank her enough because had she not done that, had she not prioritized me and my sisters, I really wouldn't be sitting here because all the energy that she put into making sure I got to practices, making sure I got to rehearsals, making sure she was there for me emotionally. I can never repay her for that. I always try to tell her now that I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful because she did something that a lot of people sometimes don't do. And she did something that she didn't have to do. And so I appreciate everything she's done for me. It was kind of stressful growing up a little bit because my mom was like, I don't have the money to pay for you to go to college. Even though that aspect was stressful, I worked so hard. And it was the most exciting experience when I came here. The scholarships I have, I'm so blessed. Like, I don't have to worry about money while I'm here. I can work my 2 jobs, be president of 2 organizations, work my 19 credit hours. And so I am grateful. So grateful and thankful that through other people's contributions, I'm able to focus on what I'm doing as a college student. But there's really something different about having adults at this school who work here, who see something in me, who believe in me, and who want me to do well. And I know when I go on, I'm going to give back because I remember who got me to where I am.
I think it goes without saying that we have physician shortages across the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Philanthropy is critical in the pursuit of recruitment because the cost of a medical education can be daunting to some individuals, and it can serve as a barrier to pursuing a career in medicine. Through scholarships, we can offset the cost of a medical education and alleviate some of those barriers to keep that Kentucky talent right here, hopefully going right back to their communities and serving and allowing access to health care.
I want to go to medicine because my impact was to hopefully bridge the gap between rural disparities and the healthcare system. My grandmother, she didn't really have the opportunity to go see an oncologist whenever she was diagnosed with her small cell lung cancer. She actually got diagnosed 6 weeks before she passed away, and that was just a very aggressive and very hard time for our family. Going to the doctor kind of felt like a barrier. If she would have went to her annual checkups, we may have caught it sooner. And if I can be the person that can go back to my community and help a family who's going through the same thing that I was going through, then I feel like I would have made my impact. I come from Eastern Kentucky, where my mom is a single working mom. She got paid $10 an hour to provide for all of us. So college, let alone medical school, just seemed very unattainable for me. I didn't want that to ruin my career dream and the impact that I wanted to make. This scholarship really means so much to me because I just knew that that burden was going to not only be taken off of me, but my mom. This is something that's really going to change my family. I know that little me would be very proud. I just hope that I'm making my grandmother proud and the impact that I want to make. I just think that her looking down on me right now, she would just love the woman that I'm becoming and the physician that I hope to become. And this is all just credit to her, and I just hope to impact the people who have that grandmother also, and they love them with all their hearts, and I just want to be that person who can hopefully give them a little more time. I just think about how proud she would have been for me. That always just helps me continue on. Granny, this is for you.